They thought it was just another night, a normal college evening. Nothing unusual, nothing out of place. The house was full. Voices, laughter, movement, people coming in and out. It was the kind of place where doors weren't always locked, where nothing bad ever really happened. Moscow, Idaho, a quiet town, the kind where people feel safe without thinking about it. Students walked the streets late at night, laughing, talking,
never looking over their shoulder, because here, there was nothing to be afraid of.
Killed near the University of Idaho were
that's what
victims of an
everyone
isolated,
believed.
targeted
That house
attack with an
stood
edged
slightly
weapon
above
like
the
a
others.
knife, and the
Easy to
suspect
see,
is still at
easy
large.
to reach.
The deaths
People came
shattering the
and
college
went all the
town of
time.
Moscow, Idaho.
Friends,
We're all
classmates,
feeling really empty right now.
sometimes strangers.
The horror unfolded
It wasn't
early
unusual.
Sunday inside this
It was
apartment
normal.
across the
And
street
maybe
from campus.
that's
The event
exactly
itself
what made
actually
it
happened
dangerous.
in the middle of the night,
That night,
3 or 4 in the
nothing
morning.
felt wrong at
Hours
first.
later, police
No
finding the
warning
body.
signs, no strange messages, no reason to be careful. Just another weekend, just another night. Some of them had gone out earlier, others stayed in. Text messages were sent, calls were made, food was ordered. Everything looked exactly like it always did. By midnight, the streets were starting to empty. Lights in nearby houses began to turn off. Cars disappeared from the roads. And slowly, the town went quiet. Inside the house, things were no different. One by one, people started going to their rooms. Doors closed. Lights turned off. Phones were plugged in. Nothing unusual. Nothing that would make anyone stop and think that something was about to happen. But sometime after 2 a.m., something shifted. Not loudly, not suddenly, just enough to change everything. By 3 a.m., everyone was inside. The house was quiet. No music, no voices, no movement, just sleep. Or at least, that's what it looked like. Because somewhere, in the darkness, someone might have been watching. Watching the lights go off. Watching the windows. Watching the house become still. Waiting, not rushing, not panicking, just waiting for the moment when no one would notice. And then, sometime after 4 a.m., he moved. There were no sounds of breaking in, no shattered glass, no forced doors, nothing that would wake anyone. Which means, he didn't force his way inside. He entered, quietly, like he already knew how to get in, and more importantly, where to go. Inside the house, everything remained still. Rooms were dark, people asleep, completely unaware that someone was now inside, moving through the same space, step by step, slow, controlled, no hesitation, no searching, like this wasn't new, like he had imagined this moment many times before. He didn't rush, he didn't panic, he had time, and that's what makes this story different. Because this wasn't chaos, this was control. And while everything inside that house looked calm, something had already begun, something no one would stop. At first, there was nothing unusual, no sudden noise, no obvious sign of danger, just silence. The kind of silence that feels normal, but somewhere inside that house, something had already changed. A door, slightly open, a floorboard, barely making a sound. Small details, too quiet to notice, too subtle to understand. And that's what made it worse. Because this didn't begin with chaos. It began with almost nothing. And sometimes, that's exactly how the worst things start. Upstairs, someone shifted in their sleep. Not awake, not aware, just moving, like people do, in the middle of the night. But somewhere nearby, someone else was awake, moving carefully, avoiding sound, avoiding attention. Every step placed slowly, every movement controlled, not searching randomly, not lost, but moving, with purpose, like they already knew the layout, like they had seen it before. And that changes everything, because this wasn't chance, this was intention. Down the hallway, behind closed doors, people slept, just a few feet away, close enough to hear something, but not enough to understand it. A sound, a movement, Something slightly off, but not enough to wake them fully, not enough to trigger panic. And that's what made it possible, because nothing felt urgent, nothing felt real, just something strange, something easy to ignore. At some point, one of the roommates opened her eyes, not suddenly, not in fear, just slowly, like waking from a dream. Something had disturbed her, but she didn't know what. No scream, no loud noise, just a feeling, a quiet, uncomfortable feeling. She stayed still, listening, trying to decide if anything was wrong. And for a moment, everything seemed normal. So she waited. Then, another sound. Soft, unclear, the kind of sound you question, was it real? Or just your mind? She sat up, still unsure, still not afraid, because nothing made sense yet. Nothing pointed to danger. And that hesitation, that moment of doubt, would later become one of the most disturbing parts of the entire case. Because it meant this didn't feel like an attack. It felt like nothing. Finally, she got up, slowly, carefully, not rushing, not expecting anything. She walked toward the door. Her hand paused on the handle for just a second, like something inside her was telling her to stop. But there was no clear reason, no sound, no sign. So she opened it and stepped into the hallway. And that's when everything changed. The hallway was dark, almost completely silent. For a moment, there was nothing, no movement, no sound, just that strange feeling that something wasn't right. She stood there, not moving, trying to see through the darkness. And then she noticed it, a shape. At first, barely visible, just a shadow. But then, it became clearer. Someone was there, standing in the hallway. A figure, dressed in black, tall, still, not hiding, not rushing, just standing there. For a split second, everything stopped. No sound, no movement, just that moment where nothing makes sense, where your mind tries to explain what you're seeing, but can't, because it shouldn't be there. But it was. They looked at each other, not for long, just a moment, but long enough to realize this wasn't normal. This wasn't someone who belonged there. And still, there was no reaction, no scream, no movement, just confusion, because fear hadn't fully set in yet. And sometimes, that delay is everything. Then, he started moving, not fast, not aggressively, just walking, calm, controlled, step by step, closer, but not toward her, past her, close enough to reach out, close enough to react. But she didn't, because in that moment, her brain still didn't understand what was happening. He didn't say anything. He didn't stop. He didn't even look back. He just walked, like nothing had happened, like everything was normal, like he had already finished what he came to do. And then, he was gone, out of sight, out of the house, into the darkness. And just like that, it was over. She stood there, still, frozen, trying to process what she had just seen. But it didn't feel real. It didn't feel like danger. It felt confusing, unclear, like something that didn't belong in reality. And that's why she didn't react, because her mind was still trying to understand. After a moment, she stepped back, closed the door, locked it, and stayed inside. No calls, no panic, just silence. Because at that moment, she didn't know what had really happened. She only knew something wasn't right. And then, the house went quiet again. No movement, no sound, nothing, as if nothing had ever happened. Hours passed. The night ended. Morning came. Sunlight filled the rooms. And still, no one knew what had already happened inside. Morning came slowly. Sunlight filled the house. Everything looked normal. Too normal. From the outside, nothing seemed wrong. No broken windows. No noise. Just another quiet morning. But inside, something had already changed forever. Hours passed. No alarms. No urgency, just silence. And that silence is what made everything so disturbing. It wasn't until later, when something finally felt wrong, that the call was made. Not in the middle of the night, not when it happened, but hours later, close to noon. And by then, everything was already over. When police arrived, they expected confusion, maybe a misunderstanding, something explainable. But what they found was something else entirely. The house was still, but inside, the truth was waiting. Room by room, piece by piece, it became clear. This wasn't random. There were no signs of forced entry, no broken doors, no evidence of a struggle at the entrance, which meant one thing. Whoever did this didn't need to break in. They got in easily, and that changes everything, because it means this didn't start that night. Investigators began looking deeper. Phone records, movement patterns, digital traces, trying to understand what led to that moment. And slowly, a picture started to form. Not complete, but enough to realize this was planned. Neighbors were questioned. Some heard nothing. Others thought they heard something, but ignored it, because nothing like this ever happens here. Just normal noise, just another night. But now, those small details meant everything. And then, that one detail, the moment in the hallway, became one of the most disturbing parts of the entire case, because it showed something. Not chaos, not panic, but control. A person who wasn't rushing, a person who wasn't afraid, a person who walked out like nothing had happened. And that's what stayed with people. Not just what happened, but how it happened. Quietly, calmly, without anyone stopping it, without anyone understanding, until it was too late. Even now, people still ask the same question. How could someone be inside that house for that long? And no one realized what really happened in those final minutes, when everything seemed normal. And maybe the most chilling part is this: he wasn't hiding, he wasn't running, he was already inside, and no one knew until it was over.